Today we'll be going over the Sumerians presented by Eunice Min. So the three main ideas are the rise of civilization, how did the region of Sumerian develop the civilization, creation of city-states, how was the daily life in Sumerian cities, leadership of Sumeria, how was the region of Sumerian ruled over and who ruled. Four important vocabulary words are city-state, a community with nearby farmlands and a city. Civilization, a complex human society with cultural and technological development. King, the highest ranked leader of a group of people. And polytheism, belief in many gods and goddesses. So first we're going over the rise of a civilization. So due to the rise of agriculture, people started to settle more into villages, and the more villages there were, the more cities were more frequent in Sumerian culture. The leaders would form organizations which caused their society to grow more complex and their culture to develop more, and it formed the first civilization in 3000 BC in Sumeria. Sumeria was a region in southern Mesopotamia, and it was near the Tigris River. What makes Sumeria a civilization? First, it had advanced cities. The cities would have large temples for people to pray in, and there are markets for people to trade grain. These are some examples of cities. And second, it had specialized workers. To specialize means to do a job that requires special skill. For example, the workers would build houses, create jewelry, clothes, or form pottery. When the skill is more developed, the quality of work increases. Third, they had complex institutions. Sumerians established government to help society meet the people's needs. For example, they create schools to educate their children, and they formed an army to protect their city and conquer other lands. Fourth, they had record keeping. Most of the people kept track of food supplies or their daily lives. People used wooden counting sticks to keep record, but Sumerian society started using writing as a form of record keeping. Fifth, they had advanced technologies. Sumerians would use canals for irrigation systems and form tools with bronze rather than copper since it was harder metal. These are some examples of the copper tools and irrigation system. Now, the second point was the creation of city-states. First, Sumerian cities had narrow streets and protective walls. The houses were made of mud walls in order to keep the heat out, and they had rooms around a roof-covered courtyard. The roof protected families from heat exposure, and cooking was built outside so the smoke could escape better. The city center of Sumerian was the ziggurat, and it was because it was the main temple of a Sumerian city. It would be the biggest and essential building for all the cities. Priests would run irrigation systems, and people visited the ziggurat to pay for the priest's services. And priests controlled almost all of the wealth in a city-state. The third point is leadership in Sumeria. Religion played a high role in Sumeria, and they were polytheists. Means they believed in multiple gods rather than just one. The core gods were the god of sky, wind, foothills, and freshwater. And each city-state worshipped a different god, so there would be thousands of gods in Sumerian culture. Each of the god in the city-state would have multiple priests dedicating their lives to worship and satisfy the god. Since people thought the god would protect them from natural disasters like floods, invasion, and droughts, they did rituals at the ziggurat and made offerings to the gods for good harvests. These are examples of the gods they would worship. Thank you for watching the video about Sumerian culture, and tune in for next time.